Ready.
Hello, everybody. This is Tyrone Clark, and I'm here with Paul Hammelstein. Paul, you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of the folks who are on the webinar today know of myself. I've been in the business over 40 years. I've excelled in the annuity industry. My company, we've done some like $13 billion in premiums. Over the years, I've designed annuity products. I've been on the boards of companies, and Paul has done likewise in the life insurance industry for many, many years. And so our title here was Annuity Warning Alert. Don't let your clients die with annuity unless you want to get sued. That sounds a little harsh, but I want to tell everybody why, one of the reasons why we put this presentation together. One of my good close friend advisors came into me one day and he said, you know, Tyrone, my annuity client passed away, and I did a really good job with these clients. They earned some really good returns, averaged out over the last 25 years, and they had not gone through any market risk with all the ups and downs. And I thought I did a good job. Their kids love me. He said, but when they discovered how much they had to pay in taxes, they were really, really mad. And he says, and everything changed. And he said it was almost as if they felt like they ripped them off. They were looking at the big amount of money that they had on their statement. And then when they saw that the gains were so taxable, almost 50%, they were really mad. And he said, Tyrone, isn't there something I can do? I don't want to go through this again. And that's what inspired this presentation and discussion with Paul. Paul is a life insurance expert for many, many years. And what he has done an incredible job with is we take cases to Paul and he gets people approved. But so let's walk into this, okay? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, nearly $1 trillion of fixed index annuities have been sold over the last 30 years. Annuities have been a great solution for deferral of yearly taxation, elimination of market risk, and it provides a guaranteed lifetime income. Those are the three pillars when it comes to annuity products. But over the years, many annuity policyholders simply enjoy the safety and security that annuities provide. Now, here's the key. Since deferred annuities have simply postponed taxes, this has resulted in an enormous tax burden for non-spouse beneficiaries. So I hope everybody is really keen in on this subject matter, because there is, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars sitting out there, and some people call that a tax time bomb. Now, what you're about to see here, I'm giving you a little advance warning. What you're about to see here is a system and a process to be able to locate those people and to be able to educate them about preventing the tax time bomb. So, okay, over 70% of retirees will end up using custodial care, immediate care, home health care, nursing home care, of which they'll have to dip into their annuity, which could trigger penalties and taxation. Now, this statistic is from Health and Human Services. So what do we have here? Annuity policyholders don't touch their annuity. They let it sit, grow, and die with the annuity, or they need long-term care while they're alive. So if you have a block of annuity business you've sold, or if you know of people that have annuities, or you want to target the folks that have annuities, this is the problem right here. So now, what you've done, if you sold the annuity and you're talking to the prospect, you took them from a taxable position to a tax deferred, right? And you took it from a market risk to a non-market risk position. If you used an index product, they got a better return than they normally would get, like in CDs or treasury bills. So you've done a good job. Okay, you've done a really good job. Now, the next step, why not take it to the next step and eliminate the taxes upon death and or provide money in the event that they're going to go into a nursing home. So how are we going to do this? Okay, annuity tax rescue, the tax time bomb. So we've got a tax time bomb plus we have long-term care needs. Now we've got a double problem here. Both of these can occur. You've got nearly $1 trillion of annuity sitting out there with these problems. Angry beneficiaries. I was just talking about that at the very beginning of the presentation. How much will we have to give to Uncle Sam from that annuity statement? How much will we lose to the nursing home? So this is a big issue here because when your policyholder kids think that they're going to get all that money upon death, the nursing home is going to come involved here, home health, custodial, immediate care. And they're going to say, why did mom and dad buy the annuity? The solution is the annuity tax rescue. So how does it work? Here it is. We're going to take the existing annuity, 1035 exchange, to immediate annuity that funds a simplified issue, specially designed life product. This product was designed in mind to facilitate annuity transfer via an immediate annuity. This is one part of the annuity tax rescue solution, is a single premium life solution. But you have more options than this. So everybody's listening to me. One of the options, by the way, is what we call an insured asset conversion trust. Now, we're not going to go into all the details on that today, okay? But we will educate you about that. You have several options here. Minimal or no underwriting here, and you've got a compensation on the immediate annuity and compensation on the simplified issue life product. Now, I want you all to know right now, currently, there's about 12 good simplified issue type of life products available today. They have different features. This is not a product presentation. Okay, this is about a smart strategy to eliminate the tax burden and potentially the catastrophic illness problem. Okay, smart process. We have the existing annuity, big tax buildup, very little, if any, protection for long-term care, and low performance. So if you've been selling annuities, hopefully you're familiar with something called the Pension Protection Act. It came out in 2006, and there was a provision in 2010 that enables an annuity to fund long-term care. We're not talking about long-term care right now, but I'm just showing you one of the things that you should be aware of. If you're not, I will teach you about all this, okay? The annuity tax rescue can eliminate the tax time bomb, now have better protection in relation to the LTC, and higher potential returns. So if you've sold annuities and or have an annuity clientele, what the annuity tax rescue, this is a system. This is not a product, it's in a system that we will provide for you, teach you, and educate you about. It's going to solve for the unsolved tax buildup inside the deferred annuities, the unsolved long-term care dilemma, low performance, and what will happen to an annuity if the clients pass away. Okay. Now, I've got something here that's very interesting. If you have a block of annuity business, can you sell that block of business? Okay, what if you yourself as an agent passed away? The average age of insurance agents today is 58 to 65. And we've had agents that passed away with a block of annuity business. Well, what happened in that case is their clients, okay, I can talk about that for a long time. This is a way for you to protect your clients and protect your block of business and actually capitalize on that block of business. All right, so the annuity tax rescue system. Here's what you get. This is what you get with the system. online training for the annuity tax rescue, online access to client letters and postcards that are real simple, inexpensive, online sales presentation, and online social media direct mail if you want to find clients that have annuities that are tax time bombs. And we provide all of this free. Okay, so that's what we'll provide with all of this here. So there's 8 different simplified issue life and annuity products. We compare all 8, and additionally, we also have 20 fully underwritten products as well. So here's the keys. What is the annuity tax rescue? It's an entire system of gaining new annuity clients, a system that with the sales presentation process, and a system that you can use with your current clientele. And the solution is 1035 exchange to a simplified issue, okay, or a fully underwritten with an immediate annuity. So if you have a case, we'll take the case of an annuity, existing annuity, and we'll plug it into this product and this one. So we'll do both so that your client gets the benefit. If they want to have more death benefit and with some other long-term care type of benefits, we can go this route. Or if they have a lot of health issues, they can get in this situation here. So you can select from 8 different carriers here, and we have up to 20 different carriers here. Now, I hope you're all listening. You by this point, you've all gotten and you understand what the annuity tax rescue system is. Let me quickly review what it is. It's an entire system that enables you to go to existing annuity policyholders and expose to them the tax liability upon the second spousal death, and shows you that what their beneficiaries will pay in taxes, and a way to provide much more income tax free to their beneficiaries. At the same time, what the system is going to do is provide coverage for an event of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, and that's an individual process based on the coverage on what is designed for that to do. So you're able to solve 2 problems with the existing annuities, okay? Now, we're using SPL or we're using a fully underwritten plan, but you have a sales process. There's a seminar for this. If you want to do a seminar on annuities and you want to get all the people that have annuities, that's what part of the annuity tax rescue system will do. Now, let me take you to the next level of the annuity tax rescue. It's what we call the Insured Asset Conversion Trust. Okay, and the Conversion Asset Trust is, I'm going to give everybody a real example of what we just had with an agent. Okay, so Paul, why don't you explain the case that you just did for the agent and the benefits that client has now had they not used the Insured Asset Conversion Trust?
So many of our clients that bought annuities from us, bought them because they wanted to retire. And, they get to a certain age and they have a number of concerns. Their first concern most of them have is running out of money before they run out of breath. If they satisfied that, then their next main concern is not losing that asset base that created that income, either due to market loss or by needing care. Then they're concerned about the taxation because they never thought about the taxation. Everybody always thought and had the magic dream that we had the magic bullet to go to the IRS when we retired, that we'd be in a lower tax bracket. And voila, we're not necessarily all in a lower tax bracket. Some of us are in a much higher tax bracket than when we started deferring. And so only after they've solved these big concerns of not running out of money before they run out of breath, being able to protect that income base from market loss or needing care, then being tax efficient. Only then do they care about their heirs, their potential, the Johnnies and the Debbies and the Susans and the Pauls and the Joeys or whatever. And people often ask me, as a so-called expert, what one product solves all those things, all those problems. And I'm going to tell you, none. But a combination of products does. And that's what we created the Insured Asset Conversion Trust. Because the Insured Asset Conversion Trust guarantees that they can't run out of money before they run out of breath, protects that money from market loss, protects that money from needing any care, is very tax efficient. We'll go through that tax efficiency. And when they finally take that last breath, they leave a lot more to their desired heirs than when we started with, and they solve the tax dilemma as well. I have a chart, and I'm happy to show people a real example if they want to send us their email and everything, and we'll be happy to show them and walk them through a particular example. We're hoping that they be part of this presentation. We've had a little technical difficulties, but basically, one of the ones that we had recently was a 70-year young lady, and she had an annuity that she owned that was worth over $400,000 in principal today, but she started with only $250,000. Now, unfortunately, if she takes any withdrawal, a regular withdrawal, everything is fully taxable at her regular wage break or regular ordinary income. And as we all know, it doesn't take much, especially if they're single, for your tax bracket to go up. And that's all ordinary income. So let's say we had somebody that had $400,000, and indeed they took 4% just for comparisons. So that would be $16,000 at the 25% tax bracket. They would have had a $25,000, or they would have I'm sorry, of that $16,000, they would have had 25% tax hit, so their net would have been $12,000. Now, if something happened to them tomorrow, that whole $400,000 is subject to income taxes on the gain from the basis of that 250 to the 400. However, once again, their net after tax is only $12,000 and taking 4%. Doing the same annuity, doing the same concept using the immediate annuity, we would have over $23,000 to work with after tax, because a substantial amount of that gain is amortized and deferred over their lifetime, so they have a huge exclusion ratio. So in essence, almost less than 10%, right around 10% of that total income is taxed, and we are then able to take that part of that, depending upon how much they need, and in this particular case, we replace the whole asset of the $400,000 tax-free to the heirs, and they still netted 3.24% out of pocket after taxes and life insurance in their pocket, being in the 25% tax bracket. And the best part is the $400,000 of the current annuity transferred to the heirs completely tax-free, and was also protected for long-term care or market loss. Now, some of our people that have been doing business with us have said, well, wait a minute, my client doesn't need the income. What can we really do for it? And the same client, if they said, okay, I'm going to use all the income after tax with your strategy, we were able to convert that $400,000 to $716,000 overnight. So that's what the Insured Asset Conversion Trust can do. It can save you taxes currently. It can give you an income you cannot live if that's what you desire. It can pass it on to your heirs completely tax-free. It also solves any estate issues if anybody was to have it, but of course none of our clients are worth so much today that they have estate issues. But however, if they're worth $10 million and they put $1 million into it, their estate, according to Uncle Sam's, only $9 million. Now, it doesn't mean much right now because the estate exemption is so high of, if you have a married couple, but it's supposed to go down substantially after 2025 to only $6 million a person, and some of us do have clients that'll be over that amount at that time. So that is what the Insured Asset Conversion Trust. It solves the IRD problem. Now, many people say, well, my client really doesn't care what happens to them. However, what many of us are bamboozled to believe that we're bamboozled to believe that after we, because we fill out an application for annuity, they ask you your name, your social security number, your date of birth, your address. But what they don't warn you about is they put this word down there called beneficiary, when in reality they should say, who do you want to leave the money to after you have paid the tax to Uncle Sam? That's what it really should say. So that's the Insured Asset Conversion Trust solves all those problems of it, and it allows you not to get sued. Now, Tyrone, you have
so let me tell everybody. So right now, you have an annuity client, you have an annuity block of clients, or you want to go find people who have purchased annuities. And what you can do is use the software where you take an existing annuity, you plug it in, and you say, okay, if you died next week, here is your tax burden. All right. And of course, it's an eye opener when they see that and say, but here's the good news. What if we took our money from our right pocket and put it over to our left pocket? In our left pocket, how would you like to give this to your beneficiaries? And they're like, oh my gosh, absolutely. All right. Second option, you can then explain, if next week you have a long-term type of illness, okay, how are you going to pay for it? All right, that's the spend down process. Well, what if instead of spending that money down and it's vulnerable to all of that, which is going to be taxed as well as spent down and or any penalties within the annuity. So I hope you realize, the situation, but then you can say, yes, but now you can have these benefits when it comes to the particular product with the living benefits that come along with the simplified issue. So that's the annuity tax rescue. Now, what Paul is talking about within the annuity tax rescue, you have clients that have a little bit more money. Or let's say that it's not just in annuities. You might have someone that says, well, look, why can't I take my other assets and or my annuity, and we utilize the asset conversion trust with that to provide more of it all tax-free, income tax-free, and then estate tax-free. So what we will do is we will do three things for you, okay? I don't think anybody else is doing this in the whole industry. So you call us up and you can say, here's the case that I have. Okay, how does the annuity tax rescue system works? We'll show you how it works, and we'll use the SPL and fully underwritten, but then we'll also look at the asset conversion trust. And what we don't have on here is the slide that shows that. We had difficulty, but hold on one second. Okay. So the key is we shop for the best payout and the best life fit. So what we're not doing here is we're not saying that one product fits all. Okay, we're not saying use this magic product and it takes care of everything. We are going to take the annuity tax rescue system process and use that with the asset conversion trust, and we're going to look for the best payout and the best fit depending you're talking about 28 different carriers, right, Paul? So we're going to maximize the benefits for your clients, maximize the commissions for you.
Okay.
All right. So what does that mean? So here's a decision that I think everybody that has annuity clients should address. Do you do nothing and then realize the consequences with the tax situation, the catastrophic illness situation? Or do you offer a better annuity alternative? Now, we have software that will do the annuity comparisons. Okay, so if you have annuities on the books and has been there for a period of time, I think you should address these issues. But here's the options. You could offer another alternative annuity if you want, or the annuity tax rescue system. You're just going to prolong the tax postponement here, and most importantly, here's the key here, is to educate the client. Now, what if another advisor approaches your client and says, Mr. and Miss Client, do you realize that your beneficiaries are only going to get X amount of money from this annuity? You don't want another advisor to do that. You want to be the hero that comes in and shows that to your clients currently. So the key is this. What's the call to action? Do you want the seminar to attract annuity clients? How about that? Everybody that attends a seminar has annuity clients. Do you want a lead program for people that have annuities? You want the sales presentation and all the carriers, the use of the software. Okay, so here's the next step. Call 1-800-344-4105, and we're going to take your case. Give us an example. You got a case you sold 9 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. What kind of annuity? Is it a variable? Is it an index? Whatever. Say, hey, I'd like for you to show me how that annuity tax rescue and that asset conversion trust will work on this case. I wish that I could show you guys right now all the cases that we've been using this for just in the last 45 days. It's such a remarkable difference for the client that it's almost like you have like a duty to do this for your annuity clients. Okay. Remember, what did you do? You took them out of market risk. You took them out of current yearly taxation. You got them good, steady returns. If they're not taking an income from the annuity and they're just going to let the annuity sit until they die, my gosh, this is the next step you got to take them through. How do we eliminate those taxes on death? How do we provide a buffer if they have catastrophic illness? Now remember, 70% of retirees will use convalescent home health, skilled and immediate custodial care. And that money is sitting there, vulnerable to that spend down process. But you have an opportunity now, and remember, they don't have to be super healthy. That's the idea behind simplified issue. So use the annuity tax rescue system, and then the icing on the cake is the asset conversion trust. Because not only can we use that concept for the annuity, you can use it for multiple assets. So this is not like a cut and dry thing. Give us a case so we can walk you through this, so we can show you the process. Now, here's the beauty of this. You're going back to your current clients and you're taking them to the next step, right? And for the benefit of their family, for the benefit of themselves. So you're not buying some expensive system or process or lecture. We provide all this free. If you're using all the carriers that we have here, you can utilize this. You still get all top compensation. And I'm going to tell you that Paul especially goes through all those carriers if you want fully underwritten to find the best strategy. But right now, if I take your annuity client now, give me that case. It's kind of like the before and after picture. So I say, here you are today. Here's the after. Why would you leave your client in this position? And you're like, wow, gosh, that's a remarkable difference. Now, let me do the next step. Here's the other after, which is even better. So it's almost like you have an obligation to your client to do this for him. And so that's what Paul and us will do to rescue the taxes. Okay, now, one last thing I just want to say is we recently had the Secure Retirement Act, all right? And just like every time there's a tax law change, it creates opportunity. So one of the things that you can do, and hopefully you're all aware of this, about the elimination of the stretch IRA. So now this is really important. If you have IRA accounts, you can utilize the strategy within what we're talking about, okay? Because you can still have options when it comes to the stretch IRA. So we're not talking about, just plug and play something. We're talking about a system and a process for all of that. You're an individual, your clients are individual, everything is different, but it doesn't make sense to let your client stay in a position that's taxable and catastrophic in there's vulnerability and tax legislation. Yes, that's right. At least I say, last but not least, you're not making compensation on that. So if you do good things for your clients, the commissions follow later naturally. Okay, so call my office, 1-800-344-4105. Talk to a business development advisor. Give us the case. Let us turn you onto the system. And if you want all these things over here, okay, we will walk that into you. What if you did a seminar and you got 30 attendees that all have annuities? And what if in that seminar you expose this situation? Okay, would you want your clients to go to a seminar like that? You should be the one that's showing that to them first. So call 1-800-344-4105. Paul, any last words?
Let's go make some money together and do a great job for our clients all at the same time. Win-win. The right philosophy.
Great. Well, listen, thank you for the discussion today. And give us a couple of your cases so we can show you how the process works in a system that you can take going forward. So thank you.